friends, Peggy Hall back with you from thehealthyamerican.org. I got a question from one of my subscribers, and he said, Peggy, whatever happened with your lawsuit against the community pool? Well, I actually didn't have a lawsuit against the community pool in my city. I did have a lot of legal action with them, and I'll tell you all about that. What I had was a lawsuit against the county of Orange, and I'm actually going to bring you an update about that next week. But what I wanted to tell you is all about turning the table on the tyrants, and I'm going to explain to you exactly how I dealt with this city, and this could be of interest to you if you are still dealing with discrimination, with pressure, with intimidation. And if you're not facing it now, chances are you probably will down the line, because they are trying to trot out a whole nother ball game, a whole another sloshing of the hogwash. And I am here to be your support, to be your cheerleader, basically, and to help you understand your rights, how to stand up for them. And for those of you that have already gone along with some of these illegal requirements, I want to tell you that it is never too late to stand by your convictions. I'm grateful to have all of you on board, and I'm grateful to the sponsor of the show. And give me just a moment as we hop right on over. This is dermal1.com/Peggy. You know, I believe in wanting to look as good as you feel. So if you are interested in reducing the visible signs of aging, that is what we are talking about. And let me just tell you, it is over at Dermal1. Put in the L, dermal1.com/Peggy. And this is where you can get a free video from this surgeon in California. And he's going to tell you all about looking younger. You know, that was once thought to be a luxury for the rich and famous and celebrities and all of that. The rest of us just had to put up with our signs of aging. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm sure you are as beautiful inside and outside, but you know, it doesn't hurt to want to look your best. So there is a game-changing discovery here that this doctor found, and it can help you look as good as you feel. You are able to fight back against your body's aging switch. So you can slow down the appearance of aging, and it's easy for most women to do at home. The latest anti-aging, it's not about creams and expensive treatments or aggressive treatments, but it's a simple daily ritual, as I say, that you can do at home. It takes less than a minute to perform. So it's all about this breakthrough discovery on the hormone called DHT and how that has to do with your body's aging. You know, the best thing is to watch it from the doctor here at dermal1.com/Peggy. Thousands of women have watched this. They've learned from it, and they are experiencing fewer, let me see, I wrote it all down here. They've got firmer feeling skin and fewer visible wrinkles. And some have reported thicker looking hair. And my most important aspect is increased energy. It takes a lot of energy to go through what we do day in, day out, doesn't it? Now, that said, everybody's body reacts differently, so your results may vary. But if you are interested in this, check it out, dermal1.com/Peggy. I will also have a link for you in the description box below. Let's talk about turning the tables on the tyrants. And what I mean is this. You need to be able, another expression I have is outwitting the nitwits. So let me take you back a few years where I belong to the community swimming pool, right? It's open to the public. It's called a place of public accommodation. And that includes grocery stores, banks, movie theaters, even gyms, nail salons, bakeries, restaurants, cafes, parks, beaches, courthouses. Did I miss anything? All of these are places of public accommodation. You know what? Even Costco, because you have a right to go to Costco. And even if you don't have a membership, you can go in. You can go in, use the bathroom, you can go to the pharmacy. And even if there's a gym, anybody can walk in off the street and ask for a membership. So all of these places started to act really irrationally, like living in fear, thinking that you were like a silent assassin coming in to kill people with your breath. And and I know all of that has been, hopefully that's water under the bridge, but you were discriminated against. And I was discriminated against. And so the story that the situation that I had is that the outdoor, that's important, the outdoor swimming pool in a small little town in Orange County, California, reopened. And I contacted them and I said, hey, I'm going to come back swimming again. And I just wanted to know if there are any protocols I need to be aware of. And they said, well, you need to, suffocate yourself, in order to go to the pool. And then you're very contagious and dangerous when you walk through the gate. But as soon as you step on the pool deck, it's amazing. You take off the device and you can go swimming, and like it's safe and effective and it's fine. Like, yeah, right. So I'm unable to do that. And I want to know what kind of accommodations you have. This is all via email. I even wrote my own religious exemption. And I said, I worship God by breathing. And so I plan on showing up at the pool, and I can hold my breath if you want as I walk through the gate. I can have a Kleenex on hand. And if I have to cough or sneeze, I'll do it in the sanitary Kleenex, which then I will dispose of in a sanitary manner. Because, I wouldn't want to keep the germ-filled Kleenex against my face now, would I? No, I wouldn't. And so I said, those are my accommodations. Oh, the other thing is you can clear the deck. You can tell everybody, watch out. The silent assassin is making her way through. She might breathe on you now. Even though you're suffocating yourself, apparently it doesn't work well enough. So I offered all those accommodations. That's what's called an accommodation. And I said, I'm willing to hold my breath. I'm willing to have you clear the deck. I'm willing to have the little, sneeze device. And so I'm going to show up at the pool, and I plan on going swimming. So I put it all in writing, and I didn't really hear back from them. So I show up at the pool, and there's one person at the counter, like behind plexiglass, because, it's very effective also, which is why you need to suffocate yourself, because the plexiglass doesn't work. And apparently hers doesn't work, even though she was wearing it. Anyhow, I digress. She takes my money, and I pay her, and I'm standing outside, and we're talking, and I'm giving her the money. Oh, beautiful day. I can't wait to get in for a swim. And then as soon as the magic gate, I walk up to the gate. Oh, where's your? And I'm like, yeah, I don't have one. And she said, oh, excuse me. And she called the supervisor. Well, the supervisor strangely knew me by name. Apparently, she was the one that was receiving my emails. And she said, we can't let you in. You have to do this. Well, I was prepared, and I had all my documents from the Department of Health in California and from my own county that said, I don't believe in any of it or go along with any of it, but I wanted to play their little game. And I said, well, you know what? It says you don't have to do this outside. And you know what? We're outside. She said, well, it's our policy that you have to do this. And I said, well, your policy is discrimination. You're violating my religious rights. And besides, we're out here talking. I could just have been in already swimming. Well, we're not able to do that. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. I turn around. There was a father and a son. And I said, there's no law that requires you to do that. You don't have to unless you want to. I was trying to compassionately educate them. And I finally just went like this, and I left. And in my car, I was so outraged. I recorded a video, which is still on peggyhall.tv, by the way. And I'm just I'm having a rant. I'm having the epic rant. I'm talking about the horrible city, how much money these city council members make. I'm talking about how ridiculous that this poor little boy is living in fear. And I'm just letting it go. And I kind of turned my camera to show the pool. Well, that didn't go over well. I think it was on Facebook. And I get a letter from the city, a cease and desist, telling me that I violated this family's rights, and that I was badgering them by offering. I turned around and I said, there's no law. You don't have to do that. You don't have to live in fear. That's now badgering. Oh, and also, apparently, there's no such thing as free speech. I don't have a right to speak out in public, and I don't have a right to videotape in public at a public place. And I wasn't even talking about the little boy or their dad. I was just showing how people were going in wearing the devices and I wasn't, and how that was discrimination. So get this. I get a letter saying that they are going to arrest me for trespassing if I ever show up at the pool, regardless of whether I'm wearing the device or not. And I'm like, you guys don't know the can of worms that you just opened. And boy, oh boy, did I have it out with them all via email. And I brought every, I probably have that letter on thehealthyamerican.org. Go under resources, scroll through, and you'll see a letter that I wrote all about religious rights and how they don't have a right, all the laws in California that they're violating. And get this. This was a couple of months after, George Floyd. I'll just leave it at that. Every city in California, every county, probably every HOA, who knows, every water board, every school board came out with a statement in solidarity against discrimination of any kind. And this city said, we have a zero tolerance policy for discrimination. Oh, they forgot to put in, except if you're a Christian who worships God by breathing. They were violating their own policy that they had brandished all over the website and on every publication, and freaking, yes, I said it, freaking hypocrites. God will deal with them. And I tried to deal with them as well. So I gave them all of this, all of it. I even had my attorney, not Nicole, but another one that I was working with earlier on when we were helping businesses stay open legally. He even sent them a cease and desist letter against me to stop harassing me, because that was harassment. It gets even better. Since you asked, I'm answering. And I'm going to tell you how I turned the tables on the tyrants. So the city council was not meeting in person because, it's dangerous. Somebody might breathe on them. Yeah. Taking a God-given breath and making it deadly. That's evil. That comes right from the seed of evil. And apparently they were all swimming in the sea of evil and loving it and making their $250,000. Oh yeah, I exposed all of it. I exposed how they were corrupt, how they were being investigated, how they had been involved in different corruption scandals. I exposed all of it with this city council. So they wouldn't let me go to the city council meetings. You had to give your comments in writing. So I sent my comments in writing to every single one of the council members. And get this, you're going to love this. They said, you do not have the right to be in communication with us. I have to go back to all the emails. Like, we object, or you have no right to contact us. The city council, the elected, selected city council of what is supposed to be a conservative city. But they're all up in with the Agenda 21 and green growth and all that stuff from day one. They've been on that from day one, a planned city. They said, you have to talk to the city attorney. You have no right to talk to us. So that issued forth from me a whole nother, oh, no. And oh, no, I have a right to redress my grievances to the elected, selected serpents. And that's how I coined the phrase, the public serpents. You can see I'm getting a little hot under the collar, as I did back then. And that was right about the same period of time when the Orange County Board of Supervisors was extending their still existent emergency for cooties. Yes, they never adequately voted correctly to terminate it. And I'll bring you up to date on that next week. You can probably see how this story is going to end. And I turned the table on the tyrants because I realized that this interaction was draining my soul. It was depriving me of my own life and liberty because I was so embroiled in all that it took. And there's nothing wrong with that. I chose to do so. But when I saw that the city attorney was so, I don't know, the word that comes to mind, like, I don't want to say stupid. So I'm going to say stupid and ignorant and inept and incompetent and corrupt. And I'm not going to say his name personally because he probably would sue me for slander, even though you can't slander someone when you speak the truth. And it was so distasteful to me that through prayer, the Holy Spirit guided me into this amazing, I can only call it a vision. All right. The Bible speaks of visions and something else, dreams. And I held an image of a day that will come, or maybe it already has, and I experienced it, I don't know, ethereally, supernaturally, through God's grace. They apologized to me. I had this dream, this vision that I'm not talking about seeing into the future. It's something that I'm holding as a truth, that they know deep down that I was and am right. And deep down, they know that I'm actually standing up for their rights. And they know deep down that they are wrong, they were wrong, and that they were serving evil, and they were doing so for money, and they were doing so to keep their job, and they were doing so out of spite and stupidity and incompetence and corruption. And deep down, they thanked me for doing what I did. They appreciated my intelligence, my ability to understand the law, to educate them on the law, because this city manager wasn't even elected. He was appointed, which is also bizarre. But even the mayor and all of that were all going along with it. They were stupid. They were ignorant. They had no idea about the law, and I had to educate them on that. Now, I can stand strong on my victory because I have a victory, and I'll tell you exactly what it is. Victory number one, I educated them. Actually, victory number one, I took action. I didn't not do anything. Now, you might not want to do this action. You don't have to do my action. You should do your action, what's right for you. Your action might be prayer. Your action might be I'm leaving. Your action might be I'm going to ignore it. Your action might be many other things. But my action was to contact them, to educate them, to stand up against them, to send them a cease and desist. And that's where it was left. They stopped harassing me. I never went to the pool. What they did is they tried to give me my money back for my year-long membership. And I rejected that because to me, that would have been acquiescing in, oh, okay, you canceled my membership. No, I have a right to have that membership. I paid for it. And I stand on that to this day. But I also have healthy boundaries. It's like a bad relationship. Why would I try to coax them into allowing me to swim at that pool? I will never swim in that pool ever again. I will never spend a penny of my money in that city. I will never, I moved because I will not pay my taxes to that city. So that was an action that I could take. Those are my victories. I have no control over their stupidity, over their evil, over their choice to be serpents. I can never change that, but I can change what I can change: myself, my thoughts, my vision, my feelings, my emotions, my actions, my choices, my decisions. And so can you. That, my friends, is how you turn the table on the tyrants. I was not going to give them any more of my energy, of my stress, of my time, of my resources. I gave them every single law. I educated them. I told them that they have to stop harassing me. And so I stand in victory. There you have it. I've got another video for you today, a snarky video. So don't watch it if you don't like snark. Don't watch it if you don't have a sense of humor. Don't watch it if you like socialism and you want everything for free. Certainly don't watch it then, because it is a little bit of a snarky video. I like to be a little more lighthearted as we close out the week. And I look forward to seeing you in an upcoming video. Thank you, everyone, for being on board. Next week, I'm going to tell you all about what's going on in the corrupt county of Orange. And it's getting corrupter and corrupter, if that's a word. And I think it is. All right, friends, thank you so much. You know that I am marching this all the way to heaven in a way that God directs me to do. And I'm so grateful to have you on board as well.